Welcome, seniors, to your first webinar. This school year, on a number of Wednesdays, you will watch a video pre-recorded by the CNS team to learn the content of the CNS process. As you watch the video, feel free to take notes of any questions that are coming up for you. Mentors, you can pause the video to do some tellbacks, or you can replay the video as needed at a later date. So who is the CNS team? The CNS team is comprised of two directors. Mrs. Rosas, that's me. I'm in California, and Mr. DeQuan, he'll hop on in a bit to speak to you all, and he is in Washington. You might remember us from your junior webinars. Throughout the year, feel free to direct any questions that you have to Concrete Next Step at summitps.org. So today's objectives, we are going to finalize your CNS list that you started back in junior year. So we will go over the CNS program and how we support you, how to finalize your CNS list. You're going to debrief with your mentor group, and then we'll go over some action items for today. So what is CNS and how will the program support me? The CNS program definition is that every student, upon graduating, has an acceptance and enrollment in a best fit next step that is directly connected to their purpose-driven life plan. To achieve this, every student has a purpose-driven 3 to 5 year long-term plan, at least 2 acceptances to a best fit next step. At least one of those has to be to a best fit 4-year, a community of support that will help the student transition from high school to and through their next step, something we call a personal advisory board. Why do we have this as a definition? According to Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, educational opportunities should not depend on race, ethnicity, or income. Colleges and universities can be critical agents of change when it comes to boosting student success and eliminating access and success disparities for Black, Latino, and Indigenous students, and students from low-income backgrounds. So research shows that having access to college is still the top opportunity for socioeconomic mobility in the US. Therefore, Concrete Next Step is structured to keep this door open for all of you so you can all make a fully informed choice upon graduation. So how are we all going to do that? In the fall, you will be finalizing your CNS list. You'll be doing some research, you will be applying to colleges, scholarships, financial aid, thinking through what your next step is going to be. In the spring, you will be weighing your options, presenting your options to your personal advisory board or your PAB, and you will be making your decisions and enrolling. So how is Summit going to support you through all of that? So like I mentioned, on Wednesdays, we're going to have webinars where you will get a video of the team letting you know what the process is going to be, any deadlines that are coming up, and keeping you on track. We will have family events that will support you with financial aid, support you through the application process. We have one coming up, the College Fair in September. You will also be able to connect with us. The CNS website is going to be your best friend. You can bookmark it now, cns.summitps.org. Meet with your mentor, ask a lot of questions, and you can email us directly at concretenextstep@summitps.org. At the end, you will have an oral defense where you'll be able to share your CNS with your personal advisory board.
That said, let's hop back to the work you did in junior year and think about what makes a strong CNS list. At this point, to be on track, you've already drafted one from your junior webinars. Let's review them. For a quick review, here are the elements of different types of options you can put on your list. Some colleges might be a lottery, meaning they have an acceptance rate of 20% or less. We call this a lottery because even if you have strong qualifications, getting in is kind of like the lottery. There are reach schools, which are schools whose GPA is above yours. Maybe it's your dream school you really want to go to. We have target schools whose average admitted GPA is around yours, comparable. It's a pretty solid match. Likely schools where the average admitted GPA is below your current GPA, it's a backup, a safety option to make sure you have something at the end of the day. And then there's also financial safeties. We think not only about academic safety, but also about colleges you can afford. We define these as public in-state institutions to make sure you have a college you can get into and one that is at an affordable cost to you. We're looking at reviewing your list and creating a final college list. Each of those lists will include 1 to 2 reach, 1 to 2 target, 1 to 2 likely, and definitely at least 1 financial safety. Lottery schools are not required. Now, we've looked at these recommended schools before. Many of you did great work in junior year already setting up your college list, and some of you are even ready to go. If you need to reference this list or not sure what to put on your list, take a screenshot. You can also go back to these slides that are located in the description box below. But I want to draw your attention to the local admissions guarantee. For California students, if you have at least a 2.5 GPA, you are guaranteed admission at San Francisco State or CSU East Bay. Also for Washington students, we have a guaranteed admissions program. If you have at least a 3.3 GPA, you are guaranteed admission to Pacific Lutheran University. At least a 3.0 GPA, you're guaranteed admission to Wazoo, Western, Eastern, and Central. If you have at least a 2.5 GPA, guaranteed admission to 2.5, or with a 2.5 GPA, you are guaranteed admission to Evergreen State College. So as we think about our reach, targets, and safeties, let's make sure we include some of these guaranteed admissions to make sure everybody has all options in front of them. So here's what you're going to do today. You're going to go back and review your list in Overgrad, and you're going to make sure you have at least 5 schools of reach, target, and safety. Let's review how to do that in Overgrad, because it's a little while since we used it. To finalize your list, first log into Overgrad, and you'll come to your profile screen. From there, go to the top right corner, click Applications, View Applications. When you get there, you're going to see your work from junior year. Many of you have already made a list of schools and some schools that you're following. Now we want you to think through your reach, target, and safety options, and make sure you have a well-rounded list of at least 5 options. Here I can see in junior year, I made a list of 4 schools, so I'm working to add at least 1 more, making sure I have reach, target, and safety. Knowing my own GPA, reviewing this list, I see I have a lot of reach options. I have a target option, but I don't have any safeties yet. I'm going to look down and see the colleges I'm following and see if I want to add any of those. After I've reviewed the GPAs for each of these colleges, I'm noticing actually, these are also reaches. I need to make sure I have a financial safety. I'm going to search one of the colleges that were suggested that we talked about earlier, Evergreen State College. That's one where I know I'll be admitted, and it's an in-state university, so I know I can afford it. I'm going to click Add Application. From there, I'm going to click Application Type. I'm going to apply Regular Decision. I'm going to apply via the Common App. For status, I'll click Will Apply. And then I'm going to click Save. From there, I'm going to go back to my Application Center to see my finalized list. I know I have 5 options. I have reach, target, and safety. And I'm ready to go. So that's your work today. To be crystal clear, your list should have at least 5 options. And following a college as a reminder does not mean it's on your list. If you look at your screen and you see these green boxes that says Add Application, that does not mean you have a college list. What you want to see is every single school listed as Will Apply. Go back and follow those directions if you're not sure how to do that. We're excited to see your lists. So now you have 10 minutes to debrief with your mentor group. What are you excited about on your list? What concerns do you have? What additional research might you need to do? And what questions do you have? Pause the video here for 10 minutes. And when you're ready, press play. Welcome back. Let's get to work. Your job now is to go into the Overgrad how-to, tinyurl.com/overgradhow, and update your final college list. You'll add at least 5 colleges. Again, 1 to 2 reach, 1 to 2 target, 1 to 2 likely, 1 to 2 financial safety. Your goal is to have an updated list by September 21st. There are a number of resources that can help you as you curate your list. These slides can be found in the description box below. There will always be resources posted there. There's a video on how to search for colleges in Overgrad if you still need to search for some more. And on the CNS website, there's the Finding Your Best Fit tab, which has tons of recommended colleges, options, and things for you to think about as you curate your list. Go and open up Overgrad and get started right now.